Hey, I'm back. It's been a while, so let's have a little refresher of what we need to do left in this chunk. For skilling, we've got 84 crafting for the decorated farming urn, 56 smithing to repair the beacon ladder, and 40 defense to wield the used shield bow. Already got the range requirements, so no worries there. Got a few bits of equipment to clean up, basically just need to make them real quick one and done sort of things. But the big bad one is the effigy, which is, to remind everyone, is worse than a 1 in 125,000 drop rate from the level 11 wolves, and even worse from the little ones. Short list, but very time consuming, so let's get into it. New collection slot item, the Goblin Book. It might be in the Lumbridge one, I'm not sure. I don't want to open the thing to look right now. But check mark, question mark. Big level milestone coming up here. We hit 1,000 overall. And what that means, when I die, everyone will see. I guess the good thing about doing the crafting thing first is whenever I get those goblin raids, I get some spirits. I'm strong enough to actually kill 5 of them by myself. My accuracy is now above 50%, so that's great. So I'll get these iron spirits and a bit of clay too. And it'll speed up the smithing grind once I go back to that. Completing these dailies today unlocks a good milestone for me. 43 prayer, that grants us the protect from melee and of course the rest of the protection prayers. It'll make it a little bit safer once I venture into those dangerous areas like the dungeon and those ice giants. I guess this is technically a collection log. I got the goblin mail. Not useful, even if I go over to the goblin village because there's goblins there, but it's something. Check this out. We've got our first 1,000,000 coins. Me millionth GP. Don't talk to me, peasants. I am too good for you now. I'm kidding. Please talk to me. I need friends. So we hit 65 range, and what's interesting about this is now we're range based on our combat. Could be a bit useful for getting things unaggressive, depending on how high up we can get the range level. Ooh, I got a cape. We style it now. It's red cape season, oh yeah. And I guess technically, oh, there's no stats on it, so never mind. Not a best in slot, but it is best in slot for fashion. I was perusing the Lumbridge achievements because of all the other stuff that we found before, and I found a beginner achievement that we can do. Basically, just need to make a pot out of the clay that we got. Hot pot achieved. I'll take a look at the other achievements to see if there's anything else I can do while I'm in here. But yeah, that's a nice little check mark. I didn't notice any other achievements I can do, but I did notice something. If you take a look at the Varrock, down here it says cut a yew tree in Varrock Palace. But if you look at the Seers, which one? Where is it? Here, look. It doesn't say cut it in Seers Village or in Catherby or whatever. You would think I would be able to do it because it doesn't say specifically where, like with the pot, but it's not letting me do it. I cut my own tree down and it didn't give it to me. Same thing with the bowstrings. I should be able to do it. Jagex, please. Your game is unplayable. Nice. This here gets a 76 range. And why that's important is because I think this is going to be the last level that I'll be able to get before I switch over to urns. So at this point, I'm going to switch over to defense to check off that requirement that we need. And in the blink of an eye, we've already hit 40. Very quick, very low level. Not much XP needed. Easily done. Oh, that's a lot of unlocks that I'll never be able to use. Anyway, I guess I'll continue using range just for now. Maybe I'll switch over to magic, I don't know. Depends on how lazy I am. But yeah, that'll probably be the last bit of leveling we get before we switch over to crafting urns. So I actually decided to go to 50 defense. I don't remember why, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. It's even more unlocks at 50 than at 40. Also, can't use them ever. But anyway, I think I'm going to switch over to magic now to try to get a little bit, to get me a little bit of a head start to when I'm killing wolves. I'll be using magic on them because they're weak to it. So I think I might as well just get them because they're a little bit more dangerous than the cows, I think so. And I've got the stockpile of runes. I don't know, seems like a good idea. Same thing with the defense. Don't really know why, but it just feels like the right thing to do. After much bovine bullying, we finally hit ourselves 76 crafting, and this unlocks our first urn. So the plan now actually is to pause on that and go train magic on the wolves. This will let me kind of wait around for some goblin raids to spawn, and it'll give me a bit of a stockpile of those the clay that I get from clearing out the raids and some iron spirits. So I'm also going to be collecting the bones, because if I go south, that unlocks the summoning grind, and you need 95 for the Iron Titan, if I'm not mistaken. And at level 92, you unlock the Wolpertinger. That's going to be one of the main training from 92 to 95, and they require the wolf bones. So I think a 2 birds, 1 stone, and then hopefully we can get that effigy as well. Changed my mind again. I'm going to do some melee to get that Warriors Guild stuff checked off. Like that. Easy. 65 strength and attack gets us a combination of 130, which will let us into the Warriors Guild soon. These confuses have really added up. I've gotten 50, and that'll get us close to the Slayer staff. So, I mean, of course, we'll need 55 Slayer. I can use my daily skips that I earn for the Slayer challenges and maybe get a little bit of XP, and in the long run, maybe somehow get up to 55. I don't know, we'll see. I've reached the max clue stack again, so let's open up and see if I can do any of them. Nope, none of them. This one's pretty close though, so I'll hold on to this one for now. It's been a few days of killing the wolves here, and I have decided I'm going to pull another executive decision. Upon further review of the wiki, the level 11 wolves actually don't drop the effigy, so I would have to go for the level 6 adolescents. And as a reminder, the drop from a level 14 bad is 1 in 125,000, meaning it's at least doubly rare than that, probably more because the rate is not linearly correlated, so it's probably a lot higher, maybe like 1 in 500,000, maybe even 1 in a million, I don't know. So since I can only kill, how many have I killed? So 2.3, 2.7, and it's been a few days. At best, I can only kill 1,000 with optimal paying attention and playing for over 10 hours a day. I can only get 1,000, and so for all I know, this grind could take over a year, and that is not something I want to do. It's putting too big of a wall over my content, and so I've decided that I'm going to backlog this drop until I get a better source, which most likely will be the Ice Giants or something in the dungeon down there. It's not a decision I make lightly, but I think it's something I do need to do, as it's putting too big of a wall on the content, and I hope that you all can agree with this decision. So with that decision, we have to finish off the crafting and the smithing. I did manage to get up to enchant ruby on the magic level, so that's going to be useful for the smithing. And then we're up to the urns now, so I'm going to start working on that. I did manage to save up a bunch of clay, about 1,200. That'll make me 600 urns, which will give me a good little start on my way into the urn making. Starting off with the woodcutting urn, and I need only 1,000 about to get enough to cover myself all the way to 99 woodcutting. But then after that, I'll head over to the fishing one. But making 1,000 of them will get me almost to the next level. So there won't be any more cows for this level. Check it out. We got our first doable clue step. I just have to go over to the games room, strip myself as you do with all games, and do an emote, and we'll have our first clue step done. It's a shame all the minigames are dead. This place is pretty cool looking, nice and cozy. Since they updated it. Let's see if we can get it back to back. Nope, never lucky. But yeah, that's interesting. Our first clue step is done, and then maybe with all the other Goblin Raiders, I can eventually do some more steps and complete our first clue. I opened up the medium clues as well, and we got our first medium clue step as well. This is just a guy over by the... Actually, hold on. Taverly Lodestone. I don't have that. Heck, it's... Okay, I'll hold on to this one because it's one step lower. But I got so excited that we would have 2 steps in one day. What about the hard? Can we do hard? No. Okay. That's fine. Managed to snag myself some Slayer Respite. Same thing with the fish pie from that other episode. Not immediately useful, but I'll hold on to it just in case. You will not believe this, but the Halloween event is here. It might be outside. Hold on. They got rid of the forced walk tiles. I'm assuming it's for these directions here. Oh, I want to do it. It's right there. Okay. So, this right here, this line, is the border between this chunk and this chunk. And I have this chunk, and if you look, half of the portal is in my chunk. I can do it. Okay, this is amazing. The only thing I'm worried about is if I haven't actually done, it literally just came out 5 minutes ago. There might be something in here, one of the rewards or the trading methods or something that unlocks something bad. So I need, before I go in there, I'm going to do stuff on my main. I'm going to continue with the urns. I'm very close. Where is it? Yeah, I'm 4% of the way. I'm going to continue with the urns. I'm going to do the event on my other account. And we'll see if it's safe for me to do. Coming up on the goal. It's been about a month and a week. But not too bad since I rolled at least. And we've hit 84 crafting. That is all we need to do. I decided to finish it off before going into the event because I was so close. But I've been going through the event on the other account, so we can head in there. It looks pretty safe. None of the items that are in there are given to you right away. They're given to you in packs. Yeah, so let's head in there and see what we got. There's a couple of things I'm interested in, particularly the thieving and the summoning XP, because one roll south will unlock pretty huge grinds for both of them. I think just for the thieving, I'll go up to like 40-ish. I'm just going to go up to level 40-ish because the first chunk actually that I started in has the safes, and those require 76 thieving. I'm not going to go all the way up to 76 because I want to spend mostly on summoning because that has to go all the way up to 95. But I think I'll go up to maybe 40. It'll give me a good success rate on the pickpocketing down there. I think the only thing that it unlocks down south is a man equivalent pickpocket. And those only give 8 XP each, so to get all the way up to 76, I would need 1.3 million, which is about 166,000 pickpockets. So getting up a little bit of a head start here would be fantastic. And similarly with the summoning, it'll take off a lot of charms that I'll need to get and save me on money for shards. Unfortunately, I can't do the archaeology, but that's not really a big deal. You can't do it until you do the tutorial up by Varrock, but that's fine. I'm not particularly concerned about that at the moment. But the other big thing that it'll give me is you get these little bags that I can trade in for bones. I'm assuming by the time I post this video, the events are going to be over, so I guess I don't need to explain it. But it'll give me a very good start on going south. Unfortunately, I can't do the quests associated with it, so I can't turn these in for those extra rewards. But it'll be a cool little collection to have, along with my potatoes, my little food collection. Oh, I got a rock. My little food collection, my potatoes and my little candies. Bit of an update. We're about 1 week into the event. It's ridiculous XP, you'll see at the end. But I have run out of membership. So I think at this time I'm going to splurge and buy the Premier membership. I start work in about 2 weeks, so I think I'll be able to afford it. And I'm running out of GP to buy it with in-game currency because of the tax. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the dive and get those extra benefits. Okay, the purchase has been made, and the important thing that I got right here is this. And what this gets me is a bunch of cosmetic stuff, but also weapons. There's a bunch of stuff here, but the important thing is the lightning weapons. And I get one of these per month, but the important one is the, I think, staff. Or maybe it gets all of them. But the staff is a tier 60, and it comes with unlimited air runes, which is fantastic. So that'll be 2 tiers above my highest tier weapon that I currently have. And I think will have for a very long time. So I think that is a good investment. And I will make do with eating a little bit less so I can save some money. But it'll be fine. I'll get through it. And I guess I should talk about the rest of the event. So you can see I am stockpiling a huge amount of these remains, and I'll be able to trade those in for prayer XP. And it's only been about, it's less than a week already, and it's ridiculous XP. So I may be able to skip a couple grinds later on. We'll see at the end how far I get, but I suspect I'll be if I don't get all the way there to the 90s, I will be surprised. The Premier membership also granted something very important. I got a bunch of loyalty points for it. 150,000. I could upgrade the Jack of Trades aura, but the other thing is the Premier artifact. I can use that to... It didn't give it to me, but it's here somewhere. I can use that to reset the aura, so I can get double the Jack of Trades aura daily. So that's big gain for some real life money. Please don't ban me for real world trading. This is part of the game. Thank you, Jagex. Okay, this is probably going to upset a lot of people, but once I fill this bar, I will hit 95 summoning, and what that means is I have completely skipped the summoning grind of this southern chunk. So I want to shout out to whichever Jagex moderator is watching my videos and made this event specifically for me, because that's really the only reason why this would be possible. It's unbelievable. That has saved me hundreds, if not over 1,000 hours of grinding charms and money for shards and secondaries and everything. It's absolutely flabbergasting. And I don't know what else to say, but but yeah, I guess now I'll move over to thieving, because there's also the 76 thieving when I go south again. So I don't know what happened. Whichever deity Guthix, maybe, because he's still alive in my universe, who made this event to let me skip a lot of time when I go south. And time for another potentially upsetting thing. We're coming up to the end of the event here. There's a couple days, I think 3 or 4 days left, 3 days. And I've been hoarding all of my prayer remains. So to make sure I have enough time to turn everything in, I'm going to start turning them in right now. It should be pretty quick. I just wanted to make sure 100% that I didn't miss out on turning anything in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and we'll see how far. I am predicting similar results as the summoning level. So probably around 95. So let's see how far we can get. Okay, that's all of them. I was right. 95 prayer from 57 in 10 minutes. That is ridiculous. Almost 9 million. I don't remember where I started. It's like 200k or something like that. We'll say it's 9 million, but 9 million times 6. That's like 60 million. 56 million XP an hour. That is bonkers. I mean, granted, it took me 3 weeks to save up all that, but unheard of. I should be in jail, but I'm an opportunist. I'll take it where I can get it. Also up to the thieving requirement too, 76. I should be able to finish that too before the event ends. So it was like the perfect length, the perfect XP. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I am so thankful. Yeah, so we'll finish off the event, get whatever XP I can get out of it in these last 3 days, and then finish off the smithing, and then we'll be on to rolling the new chunk. With just a couple more hours left in the event, we hit ourselves 76th thieving, and that unlocks a bonus. Click on a thing because we already did the grind. We've unlocked the saves upstairs in the Birthorp meeting room, games room sort of thingy. I don't really have to do anything. I just have to click on it and wait until it opens. But we've done that, so we've skipped 2 major grinds and gotten a giant boost in our prayer and combat levels. So this event has been amazing for me. So with the event over, I think the only thing left to do is open that safe up in there and to finish off the smithing. I've got 1,300 bars at the moment, and I need around 4,200. Got a good stockpile of iron spirits, so that'll basically cut the mining in half. But I'm just going to be hanging out in here for however long it takes me. I'm expecting maybe a day or two, depending on how much I play. But it should be pretty relaxing, and then I'll be right here whenever the goblins spawn so I can kill them as well and see. Hope to get lucky with some of that good stuff. Small correction. I forgot I only have 7 rings, so double the iron ore that I'll need. But still, again, mining is super chill, so I'm not really complaining about having to do this one. Very easy. Just let it sit and go. The smelting is complete, so now we're on to the smithing. I went a little bit overboard, got a couple hundred extra iron, but that's fine. We can use them for later. I've decided to use make the base plate bodies over the +1s. It'll add about 2 hours onto the grind, but that's basically nothing. But I've done that because I can recycle them into iron ingots, which I can use to make iron titans, which will be the training method I'll use to get to 99 summoning when I decide to go to do that. I'll get around 800 ingots, I think, which is about 8% of what I would need for 99. So, nice little start to that when I go for that. But then after we're done with this, we just enter the cleanup phase, make the extra armor and weapons and stuff that we need to do, open the safe, repair the ladder, and then we're onto the chunk roll. Oh, nice. 55 magic. I don't have anything to alch at the moment, but when I get there, that'll be some nice stonks. We're getting pretty close to the goal, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the cleanup items. It's just a slew of various iron equipment that I'm never going to use again, but I might as well use it to get on my way to the goal. There we are. Cue the flurry of green check marks. Just need to finish off the iron crossbow and the bolts. But that's all the equipment. Just got to finish off a little bit over 1 inventory, and we'll be done with this. The final plate body has been acquired in 1 tick. Bam. 56. That is all the levels we need, so let me acquire the items I need to clean everything up, and then we'll get this on the road. Forgot to make the offhand version. Shout out to Astral for dancing. I know you're watching this. While we're here, I need a name for my pet. My girlfriend actually recommended Scrubby, but that sounds a little rude. So let me know what you guys think. All the items have been assembled, and just to make people a little bit mad, I actually got the summoning pet during the event as well. So let's go ahead and unlock that too. So our first skilling pet, along with all the other insults acquired. Let's just ignore that and pretend that didn't happen. We'll start with the safe here. Basically, you just have to sit here and wait for it to open. You can be a little bit more active when it flashes, but you don't need to do the tutorial or get a stethoscope or a lockpick or anything. It'll help. I do have a lockpick from one of the implings, but not very necessary. So once we open this, I'll assemble the rest of the items. I'll make the urn, and then we'll head over to the chunk picker. Complete took... how long did it take? Less than a minute? Yeah, very quick. Cleanup phase is so cathartic, relieving. I don't know what the word you want to use for. It's very nice coming up after all this time, all these weeks, all these months, and you can finally finish what I came to. I got the wrong stock. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. Proper stock acquired. Gotta make 2 of these. String 1 into... I have to spin it first. There's always one extra step on these things that nobody knows about because nobody does them. Okay, make sure I do 1 main hand, just 1, and 1 offhand, 2 hand. I don't need 2 hand. It's not on the chunk picker. That means it doesn't exist. Cool. I'm assuming it's because the bows are better. Bolts done. Rune to urn done. And lastly, we fix this ladder. Done. Complete. Climb on up. For what? Oh, apparently that hurts. Cool. The chunk border is like right here, so I'm not going to move any further. Get a nice little look at the blue dragons. But that is it. We've done it. This chunk is complete. After 2 months, we've finally returned to our beloved chunk picker buddy. Let me just check these off real quick. I'll leave that done because I don't have access to it. Anyway, it's actually been exactly 2 months. I rolled on September 7th and now it's November 7th. Interesting. Anyway, let's talk about what we have ahead of us. Firstly, since we unlocked the beacon up here, we can actually roll this chunk. It's some primo corner content to enjoy if that opens up. Over here, we've got the violet is blue, number 2. This will grant us access to the portals, will actually let us do the quests that we couldn't do before because of that one square that blocked it off. It'll also unlock a bunch of tasks in the corner because it unlocks the Catherby Beach, but we don't actually have access to that until we unlock the Warriors Guild. The Warriors Guild chunk, as the name suggests, unlocks the Warriors Guild. This brings us the 99 attack and strength capes. Very doable, just very tedious. I'll need to kill a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff in there that I can kill. I can also kill the cows if I want, or anything over here in the chunks we've already unlocked. Additionally, it'll unlock the last Slayer creature, the trolls up in the cave here, and that is the last thing that Turiel can assign. So we will need to get 60 Slayer to wear a nose peg. It'll also bring back the ice giants that I was supposed to kill during this chunk, and that'll bring back the effigy that I kinda shirked and backlog. All very long grinds, but all very feasible. And then lastly, down here in numbers 3, we have the big boy Taverley dungeon chunk. A lot of these tasks are a lot less feasible, actually. In particular, the visage drop from the black dragons. I'm not sure I'll be able to kill them without any dragonfire protection. I'll give it a good attempt to try to safe spot them or just tank it. But realistically, protect from magic can only cover so much. And also, it turns out I've been lying this whole time. We actually do need to get 99 summoning because the blue dragons in there drop dragon eggs, the pet, at 99 summoning. So that'll tack on another 90,000 iron ore that I'll need to mine and smelt into ingots. A few other drops, but nothing as big as the visage and those eggs. But also, the last big grind in this chunk would be 80 agility to cross the shortcut of that floor trap over to the poison spiders and the black dragons and the hellhounds and all that sort of stuff. I can either get 80 agility or 75 plus 83 hunter to get summer pies from dragon implings. Honestly, I'm not sure which is worse. 83 hunter and then trying to find a dragon impling does not sound like a good time. After I did all those gourmet implings, it took me like 2 days just to get the what was it? The garden pies from the gourmet implings, and those are common implings. So trying to find a summer pie from a dragon impling is very difficult. So anyway, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I think that basically sums up everything that's ahead of us. If I roll either 2 or 4, I will immediately re-roll just so I don't have to make a mini episode to see which of the 2 big chunks that we'll have to do. But without further ado, let's get to Roland. Let's actually change the color to pumpkin to honor the gift that was given to us over the Halloween season. Okay, let's go. Warriors Guild it is. No violet for us today. That will still unlock the effigy and all that sort of stuff. But honestly, I'm pleased with that roll. I don't mind waiting for this. And I am a little bit bummed about no corner content, but you know, what are you going to do? I'm just happy that we didn't have to do this now. Looks like that'll be all for this episode. I thank you all for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope to get the next episode out in maybe a week or 2, depending on how much I can squeeze in between work. Let me know what you all think, your ideas, suggestions, any kind words. Like, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And until next time, so long. This mountain is a mess. Look at this. I'm in the mountain.